Hello everyone, this is Last Life here, and I'm going to be bringing to you a video on a decap Daze Druid that solely focuses on decapping bases and ultimately winning 1v1s. This build is also good for a group fight as well. Once you've completely mastered this build, you will not have any issues with 1v1s or dying at all. I'm going to go through the PvP build and I'll show you what sigils you need to be running along with staff and greatsword. We're going to be using staff, greatsword. On the staff we're going to be using Sigil of Doom and Sigil of Blood. On the greatsword we're going to be using Sigil of Geomancy and Sigil of Doom, so we can get those we get a little bit of Condi pressure along with bleeding and a chance to steal health. With the recent patch update, they took out a couple runes along with amulets. This build used to be called the Celestial Decap Daze Druid, but they recently took out the amulet for that, so it's no longer called that anymore. The best rune that I found that does a good job is the Marauding Amulet, which provides power, precision, vitality, ferocity. And then we're going to be using Superior Rune of the Druid. We used to use durability, but they also took that out too. So I just went ahead and went with the default rune so we can get the vitality and healing. Now I'm going to go through the specializations. We're going to be using Marksmanship, Beast Mastery, and Druid. On the Marksmanship, we're going to be using Entanglement. Use Signet of the Wild when your health drops below the threshold. Then we're going to be using Gain an Attack of Opportunity for you and your pet on Interrupting Foe, and Daze and Stun durations that you inflict last longer, so your stuns and your dazes last 50% longer, or does 50% more damage. Predators on Slate, you and your pet deal increased damage to disabled or movement and parity foes. Beast Mastery, we're going to be using Resounding Timbra, Two-Handed Training, and Zephyr's Speed. So every time you swap pets in combat, you gain quickness and might. Two-handed training, it increases your critical hit and your damage, and it gives you some fury while wielding a two-handed weapon or greatsword, whatever two-handed weapon you choose to use. Shouts apply regeneration and swiftness to allies, reduces recharge on shouts. That's another good spell or trait. And Druid, we're going to be using Druid Clarity. Becoming a Celestial Avatar removes conditions from you, so when you pop into your Celestial Avatar, which is your Elite or your Druid spec, it removes conditions. It removes up to 13 conditions, so that really does really good for you. Then we're going to be using Verdant Enchanting, sorry if I'm pronouncing these wrong. Reduces recharge on glyphs. Activating a glyph skill plants a seed. So every time you use a glyph, it plants a seed which will heal you, and your reduced recharge on your glyphs, which are here. And then Ancient Seed strikes and stun dazes, knocked back foes. So every time you daze, you entangle them, cause bleeding and immobilization. That's where the extra entangle comes from. And then these are your basic staff spells. This is good for like getting to a target location quicker or evading from combat. These are your great sword, your secondary weapon. Your pets, you're going to be using the terrestrial something, whatever you call this, and then you're going to be using the smoke scale, which is your secondary pet. this is a good combination of using. You can either, with this pet, there's a little trick. Not only it does good damage and it teleports to a target location when you're attacking them, you can also use this and teleport it into, or use your ancestral grace to move yourself into the target location, and it will make you, you'll gain area stealth from that, and also your allies will gain from it if they're inside the circle. And then if you are coming at a target and you don't want them to see you right away, kind of get the surprise feel from, so their reaction speed's slower because they're not expecting an attack, you can use this again, and then you will use swoop, which will make you invisible. That's another way of doing it. Either way works pretty well. Your glyph, you're going to use the basic we heal as one healing spell. Glyph of Equality, which dazes nearby foes for 3 seconds. This spell is really good if you can daze them in an area without them moving. You pretty much have them there because you get a couple extra dazes by your great sword. And then Glyph of the Tides, which will push back foes up. So if you're on a base that's being contested, you can push them back, and it will kind of fear them away. Or not fear them away, but push them back so you can get that decap. Signet of Stone, which improves toughness, and then when it activates, you take no damage from attacks, but those conditions that are still on you will do damage to you, and you are still acceptable to conditions and control effects. So just keep that in mind. Strength of the Pack, which you gain Sleep Ability, Fury, Swiftness, and then with the trait line we have set, we gain an extra 2 boons, which is Swiftness and regain. So you gain extra healing along with Swiftness and an extra 10 seconds of Swiftness. So now I've kind of went through the build, and now I'm going to show you a little bit of gameplay. I'm not going to be able to finish a full match because I'm limited on time, but I will show you a little bit on how to play this build. Stay tuned. The queue has popped. Maybe. Alright, we'll try it again. There we go. Alright, let's do this shit. Okay, let's see who we're fighting here. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna do a queue between this thief and the mesmer, and the rest are pugs. What about us? Party, join their party, invite to party. Looks like we are the same. We got 2 that are in a team. The rest of us are pugs. We're going to get targeted pretty quickly here. So we're going to apply Signet of Stone so we won't take any damage. Yeah. I decided not to waste my time fighting in the middle, because it was a 4v1, so save your team some time and just go ahead and commit suicide and get back out there. It looks like the team I'm paired up with are just a bunch of Zergers, so they're not going mid. I'm gonna go back mid. Sorry about that. I tried to save him. Got bursted a bit there. Actually got bursted by 2 thieves. So we're just gonna that is bullshit. Come on. What are we fucking doing here? I have no idea why that didn't work, but we're gonna get out of here. Are you fucking kidding me? Waste your time on one guy, that's smart. Where the fuck is my pet? Oh. This is not my strongest class. Honestly, I'm not very good at Druid, to be honest. Looks like we're fine there. I'm gonna go back mid. Hold mid. I need people here. I got company coming. This is I can't take mid, so I'm gonna have to retreat, fall back. Getting bursted. Got a rally. This is my frame per second. It's alright. I mean, it's not the best. Okay, I'm not messing with that thief. These thieves are just... Thieves nowadays are just so cheap because they don't really fight. They evade and run away, and then they come back and they'll attack you when you're weak. Hey, this is bullshit. They're gonna be pussies and hide, or I wouldn't say hide, but like stay from afar instead of fighting us like. We won. I was actually surprisingly on the top with 13 kills, and I don't know, I had like 2 deaths or something like that. I really appreciate you guys watching this video, and I hope that this video does help you and you are able to learn from this and become a better player. I'm actually going to be uploading another video. I'm going to be doing 2 videos today since I've lacked with the video uploading because I haven't done it in a while. I usually do it frequently, maybe 2 to 3 days apart, but this is going on a week that I have not done a video, and I've been kind of slacking off. So I am going to upload another one. Little sneak peek, I'll probably do another Necromancer build, probably a hybrid between a Reaper and a Minion Master. This build that I've created. It's in the works right now. I was playing with it last night, and I was kind of putting stuff here and there to see how it works and see if how this build will turn out. I hope it turns out great. So far, it has been. The highest kill streak I've gotten was 24 kills with this build and 0 deaths. So it's really good for group fights and just overwhelming your opponent with minions along with your Reaper that hits like a truck. But yeah, so I'm going to be uploading another video next couple hours or so. So I hope you guys check that out as well. For those people that like the Necromancer builds. So I wouldn't mind if you'd give this video a like and subscribe. See you guys.